guys, welcome back to Title Sports Network. I'm Kaz Crossley and I'm so excited today. We only have the one and only Darren Till.
Hi.
How you doing, Dazza?
Doing very good, Kaz, aren't I? I'm good. Yep, just chilling. Everything's good.
We got Dazza and Kaza on today. What's been going on? What have you been up to?
No, and just obviously, Kaz, since I've made the transition from the UFC, which was obviously 18 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like I've just sort of just been keeping my head down, doing the boxing. I obviously had that like first fight of the week, which you've probably seen was a little bit like mental. It was all a bit mental, to be honest, because it was like, it was a last minute thing and they were just like, do you want to fight? I was like, right, I need to just dip my toe in now. So they got me this guy and then obviously, you know, you seen how it went. It's just sort of like, the fight was a little bit thing, but I think the thing, like all the trouble after it was probably good rather than worse.
Did you think that it was, were you happy with that exposure that it was? Obviously the fight after, it went viral. Yeah. But I like, you know, looking back to your UFC performances and stuff, and even your fight with Wonderboy, it's like, it's so respectful, innit? So you come from a Muay Thai background, you know about respect. And then for me to see you having brawls after the bell's ringing, it's like, it's completely the opposite, innit?
Yeah, but it sort of screams Darren Till, doesn't it? Like from what the type of guy I am. And like,
true. Obviously,
what I've learned, because obviously I've been a very outspoken guy, there's no bad publicity, not whatever. And I've always, Dana posted this from me from years ago. Like, I remember posting, like, you can't cancel someone who doesn't give a shit. And I'm that guy.
I was literally going to say that because Brendan told me that you said that. And I was like, wow, that is so Darren Till to say because, like, he doesn't care.
No.
You are just unapologetically yourself, innit?
And it probably does hurt you. So, like, what I've learned as well, Kaz, this is where, like, you need to find a happy medium, is, like, it hurts you when you want to get these legit sponsors, stuff like that. Like, but at the same time, it's like, you create this, like, I haven't fought for 2 years, Kaz, and I've still got this crazy loyal fan base wherever I go. And I'm just always like, wow, why do you love me so much? And it's because, like, of that.
You are yourself.
So it's what line you, like, I'm not like an Anthony Joshua who's a great face for stuff like I don't know, Everlast Link, stuff like that. I'm like more of your rugged type sponsors that would want to, like, do you know what, you get what I'm trying to say?
Do you think like there's nothing to lose with you being yourself, basically?
I just think at the end of it all, I'm probably not going to be as rich as the likes of Anthony Joshua and stuff like that, but everyone will always know that it'll have been Darren Till.
Right.
So what you see,
and you're okay with that?
I'm happy with that. So what you see on social media is what you see in real life, and if I've stayed true to myself, that's good. And that's why in the industry, even of MMA and boxing, I've got such a good name. Like, I can call anyone up who's still got lots of time respect, because they know with my words, me bond. Like, I say something, it's, do you know what I mean? I'm not, there's no other thing, you know what I mean? It's just me, who I am, whether you like it or not, which I know a lot of people don't. I don't.
A lot of people don't, but a lot of people do. We do love you. So speaking of UFC, we just had 304 in Manchester. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Did you get any FOMO at all?
Yeah, of course. Like, I'd be lying if a city and said I wasn't jealous of everyone fighting. Like, jealousy's a real emotion, not in a bad way. Like, I'm like, me and Leon had our beef years. I'm proper made up that he was the champion. I know he lost, and it didn't like look like himself in there. But even the likes of Tom, I've trained with Tom my whole life, and the likes of Paddy and stuff like that, I'm proper happy for them. Like, they're carrying the sport on the backs. Like what I done, I was the face of UK MMA for years. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you came to the UFC nearly 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
And back then, like, obviously, Bisping retired and it was just you.
There
was no Paddy, Leon, Tom, and you was the UK standout, even Southpaw. Like, obviously, Leon Edwards just lost about now, but you was the original Southpaw guy. Yeah, you was.
That guy, like, selling out London, the fastest that ever got sold out, even after Bisping. Then obviously the Echo Arena fights and stuff like that. And yeah, I carried it, and like, I think I'm really confident I will be back, because I'm only like, people forget, because I'm not like 30, I'm 31. I'm still a young pup in
Are you 31? I thought you were 32 now.
No,
so
I'm 31, yeah, so I'm still a young pup. So like, I think people want me to the only message I ever get now of people is, Till, we want you back in the UFC.
We do.
But I've got my little plan in place, Kaz, and hopefully it will work and it'll come to fruition. But as I say, watching that, I was obviously sat there like, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm proper happy for all of you. And I know Leon lost, I was like gutted there, and Molly lost, I was gutted as well. But that's part of the game, Kaz. The game's evil, and the game,
you know about
at the end of it will spit you out if you're not smart with it and you don't make smart moves. So just know that the game's an up and down. I was at the top, at the bottom, the top.
That's what comes with being a fighter,
that's what it is.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Bilal being the new champion then?
I think it's good and bad, as we were speaking just before off camera. I think sometimes them guys are just them guys, aren't they? Like Paddy's that guy. I was that guy, you know, Connors and your Israel Adesanyas and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I love Bilal. He knows I do. I've beefed him a lot on Twitter, but he's wouldn't. If I was Dana, he probably wouldn't be the champion I'd want. But you know what? He stayed true to himself. You know, he's carrying a big weight on his shoulders now with the belt, and obviously he's a good guy. So I'm not hating, but he's probably not the most exciting champion you'd want. I don't think.
Do you think like fans expect as a champion to have the whole package?
Yeah. Do
you feel like fighters almost feel a pressure to do that? Like Bilal was being a lot more outspoken and stuff. Do you think that was the pressure of people saying, "Oh, you're so boring"?
Yeah,
like,
but then that's where it comes to where you toe the line of. Because fans are clever, they know when you're putting it on and when you're not.
Yeah, that's true. Like, that's why you should just be yourself.
You just know. So, but that's what I mean. Is it's all a facade. The Colby thing for me, everyone hated Colby the way he is. I love Colby. I just think it's so funny because it's an act, and everyone gets so riled up by it. And I'm just sat there. He used to say so much to them, and like, this doesn't offend me. It's
really?
An act, and like I'm just like, for starters, you're meant to be a fighter. So if you're letting words get to you. You're not a real man. So
but isn't there a line to draw, like when you're going for dead people in your family and stuff?
Dead people, family. Like I would stay away.
Mrs., do you think that's too far?
No. So, like, for me, I'll say, you can talk about my kids, and I don't care.
Really? Even your kids?
Look, in face to face, it's different. You're going to get a smack and we're going to fight. If you're talking about my kids online, I don't care. It's not that I don't care about my kids. I love my kids on here, but it's just weird. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my kids. But for me, as a man, I probably wouldn't say nothing about someone else's kids, missus, or family, especially as you said, dead families, because that, to me, I've just been brought up with values and morals, and I'm not that guy. Like, if you want to go low, then that's on you as a person. I'm not going to go there. So, like, the whole Colby, and I know Connor said a lot of stuff about, like, Khabib in the past and that. I just think, mate, like, just toe it down a bit. So I think you've got to keep it like aggressive, but fun aggressive. That's what I've always tried to keep it.
Have a little bit of class.
Just have a little bit of respect in it, a little bit of morals and values.
Of course, now you're into your boxing, so not training MMA at all right now.
Yeah, I am.
You are?
I've actually. Brendan's been on me. Our friend Brendan, he's told me to like start just doing little bits of MMA and that.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Actually, I did see that video, the twitchy video.
Yeah, just showing Brendan. I've still got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been doing bits of MMA, but my whole sole focus, Kaz, has just been completely boxing. Like for the past 2 years, that's all I've done in the gym every day. I've just like boxing, and that's why I really want to fight soon as possible, like just to obviously show the world.
Yeah, boxing. And I've noticed it's not just the boxing you've been calling out, it's more specifically the influencer boxing. Yeah. And I mean, you say it with your chest, you're like, yeah, I'm getting into influencer boxing, like you're not ashamed of it. I'm just obviously stating the obvious, that's for the money bags, right? People
like to like, I put like a post, I will fight Jake Paul, and people are like, oh, he's begging Jake Paul. And I was like, let me think about this logically. Fight a professional boxer for £50,000 or fight Jake Paul for $3 million. I know what I'm doing. If you think I'm begging, I'm begging.
Like, you literally said on Bisping's interview the other day, I thought it was hilarious. He was proper on one. You was like, I'll get down on my knees.
Okay. Do you want me to do some shit? I'll do it. Like, cause it's not okay. Yeah, look, I'm not the bit. I've always been a proper professional, especially from my Muay Thai days. Like, you know, all respect and proper the sport. Like, I get the influencer side. There's a little bit gimmicky. I get it. Do I like it? Okay, whatever. It's brought eyes to the sport, like with your KSIs and Jake Paul. But it's just a no-brainer. Do a professional boxer fight for £50,000 or fight Jake Paul. Massive viewings. I was meant to be fighting on Netflix because, like, do you know how big that stuff is? Like,
I know. So what happened with the Chavez fight?
I just literally couldn't get a visa in time. That was literally it. Yeah. So it was all just visa complications. But the fight was there. And is
it not there anymore? Like,
it can be, yeah, it can be. But obviously, since the fight fell through, you got to remember the show didn't fall through because of me. Fell through because of Mike Tyson, which, okay, whatever was up with him, I don't know. But you got to remember the eyes that was bringing, because every person in the world, I don't know how many subscribers on Netflix, but every person who subscribes to Netflix could have watched that fight. This is not like a thing where you go, oh, I've got to pay £70 for a pay-per-view, UFC 304, for example. If you've got Netflix, you can watch that fight. 100 million people, imagine that. That's scary, you know.
Yeah, massive opportunity for you.
It's huge, yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, obviously, your strength of schedule, like the people that you fought, even the people that you've lost to, like Masvidal, even Duplessis, he's gone on to being a champion.
Yep.
Like, going into this influencer boxing world, and I know you have plans to come back to the UFC or to MMA or whatever, like, say you did lose to like the likes of Jake Paul or KSI or Tommy. I'm not saying that you're going to whatever, but like, would you not think that that would almost affect your chances getting back into the UFC? Or
No. As I told you, I think just the losses and the wins are all just a thing. It's like when you're one of them guys, like say me, you're always there. There's always something for you. Do you know what I mean? There's always there's always something in the Kaz. I'm not saying, I know I'm definitely not losing to these influencers. It ain't happening, but the UFC thing's just a bit different. It was like sort of had to pull myself away from it to like look outside of it and then go, okay, do I want that still? You've got to still, that fire
has to be inside you, of course.
You've got to say, okay, calling it a day. I spoke to even like Brendan about that. I've said, Brendan, look, you know, you've had if you tell me one day that you haven't got that fire to go and do your sprints, then I'm going to tell you as a friend, do you know what I mean? And I think you've got to know that within yourself. You see some of these fighters now, like 40, still chasing a fight. Like, I don't want to see, like, Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson's fight. I grew up, they're idolising them. And now I see them a bit older, a bit slower. I'm like, no, the sport's gone. But it's hard to leave the sport behind because that's all we know. I don't know anything else. Like, I don't know, like, presenting. I don't know. All I know is I wake up and go, I want violence.
Yeah.
So how'd you let that go?
Of course. And, you know, you fought Muay Thai, you fought MMA, now you're fighting boxing. Is it the same rush that you're getting every time? Or is it any different?
No matter what you do, fighting-wise, it's scary, Kaz. So obviously I've been on the bigger stages, like I fought at Madison Square Garden, but even on the smaller stages, it's just very like, I don't know how to explain it, like if I could explain it in a way, there's just like this rush of like, you're so scared, but you're so like, do you know what I mean? Your heart doesn't stop pumping and people are saying stuff and you're acting like you know what they're saying. You don't.
You can't hear anything.
No, you really, like your coach telling you stuff and you're like, yeah, and he thinks, and you're not, and you're going, I'm just so scared right now. And it's crazy whirlwind of emotion. I remember when I fought him at Madison Square Garden, because obviously that was the breeding ground of Muhammad Ali, and I was like, wow, I'm really here, Darren Till, from little old Liverpool. And it's just but as you say, this is why some people are better than others. Conor McGregor, in my opinion, was one of the best when he was doing it because he knew how to control his emotion and really, it was powerful back then, you know, in the era of when he fought Aldo and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very hard to explain until you've been in that situation. I know you've been there a little bit yourself. You've
not inside the ring. I was going to ask you, because obviously, if you don't know, I'm from Love Island. I'm an influencer myself. Do you think I should get into the boxing, influencer boxing?
I think so. No, but it's different.
I don't think I've got it, Darren.
No, but you actually do love Muay Thai. Like, it's
I
not
love
like
it.
You actually saying it when you're into Thailand, when I've seen you Thailand.
Yeah, but I don't spar though.
No, I know, but wouldn't you want that thrill just one day? Even if you do want, just had that thrill and know what it's like.
Yeah. No, I think I have to. Because obviously I was Muay Thai. I didn't know anything about MMA. Yeah.
You told me that.
And then I've come into MMA and I tried to watch boxing too. And this is years ago. I tried to watch boxing, but like I just couldn't. Yeah. For me, it's MMA is just the best.
This is why Dana,
But then I found out about all this politics and stuff. And like you said, like I just think it's crazy.
It's just mad, crazy money politics. And this is why Dana's the main man. And people like to shit on Dana a little bit. And I get it. They're like, oh, the money. But remember, Dana is giving you the best fights. So what happens is, number one fights number two. If number two says no, Dana just says, okay, no problem. He'll just backdoor you. He'll just like, you get put at the back of the queue.
Yeah.
So it's like, number one fights number two. Boxing, number one fights number 100. Like, some of these guys who tank and that are fighting sometimes, I'm like, I don't know this guy.
But that's literally just to keep their record.
Yeah, that's to make them a 30, million. And I get it. Look, at the start, like, we've got some young kids in the gym now, like little Frankie and that, and Jack, and that, they're just building themselves up. That's what you do with a young boxer. Tank Davis don't need no easy fights, neither does Canelo. And that. Fight the best. You lose. Okay, you lose. Like, okay.
But my question to you is, with the whole interim bout situation, like I thought that was just, when the actual champion is okay to fight again. But it seems as if this John Jones situation, it does seem like he's ducking him a bit, and it does seem like Dana is allowing it.
Yeah, this is the problem, Kaz.
I said it, not you.
Yeah, you said it. This is the problem where people go wrong with the whole Dana thing as well. They're like, oh, he's got favourites. No shit.
John Jones.
No shit, he's got favourites, Sherlock. Conor McGregor or someone else. Conor McGregor's made the company billions. He's Dana's favourite.
Yeah.
Let's just not get... Again, it comes back to the whole people getting offended. Like, if someone said to me, oh, Dana's favourite Conor. Yeah, no shit, mate. Like, what do you think I'm offended? Or do you think I thought me and Dana were friends? You're stupid. Get out my face. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah.
I'm not saying, he's probably giving John a little bit of leeway, and I don't like that for Tom, because obviously I want Tom to fulfill what he's meant to fulfill. I think he can be a long reigning champion, stuff like that. But again, this whole interim thing for me just doesn't, I don't really like it. Like
it's just dragged on a bit, I think, for Tom.
Just drags on, and then it's disrespectful to Tom now, because is Tom a champion or is he not? And also it's like every fighter now, it's always like, well, I'm going to go up and double champion. No, shut up. You've only just, Bilal's talking about it.
Like, every single fighter now. Yeah, that's true.
Up. You won one fight, you won the belt. Defend like GSP did, like John Jones did, like, you know, all these guys did, you know, like Conor done that. He was the first guy to do it. Now you all want to jump on it. Let Conor do it, have it. That he done that, now you all want to like do it. It's not the same, guys. Conor was the first guy to do it. Do you understand? I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of Conor. Like these days, he's just a mad loon. But I look at the facts and the like, is Tom a champion now? No. So,
do you not think he's a champion?
Yeah, from my point of view as a fan and as a friend, but like,
but how he can't do anything because like he won't get that fight? Do you know what I mean?
This is where I say the Dana thing comes in. Like, I'm not hate Dana knows I love him to bits, and Hunter as well. Like, I love them to bits. They've been nothing but like respectful and very courteous of myself and my career. But Tom's won 2 fights now, the belt twice, but it's an interim belt.
It's an interim belt, yeah.
So is Jones coming back? What's Jones doing? Is Jones still injured? Okay, if Jones is injured, then I think he's been injured.
Well, Jones and Stipe, isn't it now?
Well, but it can't be, because Tom's the interim champ. It's impossible.
But this is the fight that they're making, just as this massive.
So, okay, then facts are facts. Tom's not a champion then.
She's the interim champion. This is what I mean. But do you think if Dana said to Jones, you got to fight Tom, like, we're not doing this Stipe thing, Jones is going to be like, yeah, I'll fight him, no problem. Like, he's not going to fight him, is he? Like,
I don't know.
He's going to risk losing that whole greatest of all time, and then that's how he's going to end his career? But like,
you've got to lose at some point. Like, to me, and like, if you spoke to Kamza as well, we've had these conversations. John Jones is the greatest fighter that ever lived in MMA for me.
Yeah.
Like, he is. So if he loses...
And him losing doesn't change that? No.
Because what I've watched throughout, obviously, when I lived in Brazil and stuff like that, John Jones' career and who he fought, he's the best ever. Like, you've got to look at the caliber of fighters he fought at the level they were at. They were all at their best. They were all bum. And obviously, you can argue the GSPs and Mighty Mouses and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't put Khabib in that bracket because Khabib could have went longer. I feel like there was more people Khabib could have fought, and definitely could have went up to welterweight. But for me, the caliber of fighters John Jones has fought, at what level, light heavyweight and heavyweight, there's no one probably ever going to beat him. He's the best ever. So Tom beats him, doesn't change things. And again, is it nailed on that Tom will beat him? John Jones, man. Tom knows a lot, but he is clever.
Really?
Strategically clever. Tom will beat him, but that won't be no easy feat.
Yeah, I really want to see more of Tom because he keeps getting these first round knockouts, and it's like,
I want to see Tom and I've dragged Tom into.
I'd love to see him, but I feel like turning up to his gym and just watching him spar because literally, like, we never see him fight.
He's a phenom, Kaz.
You used to train with him, right?
I trained with him for years. Me and him were just like regular sparring partners. Just like, he used to just knock shit out of me, right, mate? He used to just knock shit out of me. He's a phenom, Kaz. When you know, like me and him, our styles have always been the same. And it'd be all that twitchy thing, like I said, with Brent. But he's a phenom. So I do think he's the one to beat John, but that's no easy feat because John is that guy. He is. I know he's a loon because it's been a lot over the years, like, of stuff with him. But if you speak to Dana, or if you speak to people who completely know MMA and break MMA down, this is why I have a lot of conversations with Brent, because he knows how to break it down. John Jones is the greatest ever. Everywhere.
As a massive John Jones fan, do you want to see that fight happen?
Yeah. I want to see if Tom can break that. For me, Jones is a conundrum. He's a Rubik's Cube. It's like, he's not the bestest in the world on the ground, and he's not the bestest striker in the world, and he's not the bestest wrestler. He's the bestest MMA fighter, and this is what MMA is. I'm a great striker. Do I lack in other areas? Yes. Khabib is a phenomenal wrestler. Is striking lacking? John is not lacking anyway, and that's the art of MMA. This is what people don't understand. John is the best at that. So George St. Pierre was really good at just taking down. John can beat you anywhere. And people don't realise how impressive to take Daniel Cormier down. Like, Daniel Cormier, if you look into Daniel Cormier's wrestling credentials, he should never get taken down, ever, by anyone. John took him down like he was a baby. It was crazy.
Wow. What age do you think like fighters should retire in general? Like, what does it depend on? Because with John Jones, how old is he? 42, 41? He's not. Is he not?
John must be. I'm 31. He's got to be 38ish.
Oh, is he not past 40? Oh, okay, sorry.
I think my mistake and longevity.
37. I wasn't too far.
I was nearly there.
Yeah.
I go off what my age is because I remember when he became the youngest champion.
Yeah.
So
he was 20.
He was
23.
23. Yeah, 23. Yeah.
Crazy.
And even the way he won that as well, like sick. But looking at it, I think 36 for me is the cutoff line in MMA.
How do you know though? Because how do you know what your body's going to be like?
Well, this is what I've spoke about with like even Brendan. Like, I think once you get past the 30 stage, you've done that many rounds of sparring and you've learned so much. Then it's just about keeping your body just a bit like less training and more just like strategic. Whereas when you're 20, just go for it. Like all these kids are 20 now. Like when I was 20, because I was a different...
Just sparring
constantly breaking the body because you don't feel it. Then when you get to this, you're like, oh, these niggles.
It's like when you go on a night out and you can feel it the next day.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. So it's like, I think you have to listen to it. But also it's about punishment. You look at... I've never took a lot of punishment because I don't take lots of punishment.
No.
You look at some of these guys, like, I don't like to talk shit like your Max Holloways and Justin Gaethjes. You can already see them like speech.
Really?
And, like, yeah, you can see it. Like they've just had that many wars in the gym and in the cage. It gets to you over time, and you know that's why. You know, I don't want to see Mike Tyson fight like at 57, but you know it's hard to leave the sport behind.
Didn't Ferguson say that he didn't do any sparring as well?
He just said that, yeah. But again, you can just.
Has he retired? No.
I think he should.
He just put one glove down.
If he's got anyone who loves him behind him, who wants his best interest and not there for money, they should tell him to just go on, mate. It's time now. But it's hard to let go, Kaz.
Yeah,
it's hard to let go. What's Tony gonna do? Like, what's Tony now? Tony must be 37 himself, 36. I'm 31, 36. What's Tony's life look like now? Because he's not going to do a regular job. Fighters don't do regular jobs, Kaz. Like, you ain't seeing me behind the bar in the beer keller, are you? So, what does Tony do with his life now? He's like, it's like a lost void now, and
it's
this is why they keep fighting.
Mental pressure. Yeah,
it's a lot of like, it's tough.
But what do you think of Pereira?
I think he's in phenom.
Yeah, he's over 40, isn't it? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Pereira's got to be.
Just Google it, please.
He's old.
Please, can you Google it?
I think 36. I want to go for.
Okay. Go on. I say 40.
40? No, he can't be.
Go on then.
What?
Someone's 40. Oh. So there's not really any. I thought he was older.
Years ago, before the sport of MMA evolved, Randy Couture, he won the belt at 42. Glover Teixeira is about 43, 44. So it is possible, Kaz, but again, that just depends on how you look after your body.
I think that there was like a
Teixeira's 43 now, 44.
Right. Yeah. No, there's this kind of like curse. They said that when a fighter turns 35, that it's like hard to defend a belt. They said because Volk turned 35 and then he lost it, and people were saying that he was old.
Just the
and
MMA
then
fans like to invent stuff. MMA fans are real weird.
They're so weird, right?
They're weird. Like, they're really, really weird.
Babe, I'm just like, what are you doing in your spare time? Like, why do you have so much time to comment this stuff and like go so deep into it?
Like, if he was on the Twitter, Kaz, with the trolls there, the MMA fans and that.
Right.
They're weird guys. They hate it with me because I don't buy into it. I'm like a troll with them.
Yeah, so this is why I thought about doing this game, because I feel like you're the only fighter I'd be able to do this with, but we're going to react to some of your hate comments.
To my hate comments?
Well, your hate comments, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
This is interesting. I've had a lot over the years.
I know, well, we didn't have to dive.
No, you don't.
Deep. One sec.
So you want me to comment on what I think?
So you can just like reply to them or just say whatever. Okay. Just give your reaction, really.
I'm going to react. I'm not going to give them a reply. They don't deserve a reply.
Just react.
I'm just going to put my thought into what I think they're thinking. I'll do this good.
Okay. Someone put, I find it hilarious when people call themselves a street fighter. I'm by no means a fighter, but I've had multiple street fights. It doesn't mean I go around calling myself a street fighter. In other words, you had a quick scrap and someone walked off.
Is that what someone said? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you call yourself a street fighter in one of your videos?
Did I call myself a street fighter?
I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't say I was a street fighter, Kaz. I would say all civilians in the world watch out for someone like me, because I have trained. This is what these people don't get, right? And this is where they're so stupid. They wake up every day and they probably go to a job, yeah? Computers, whatever it is, and they do that every day. So like, imagine I walked in now, Darren Till, I don't know jack shit about computers, and I said, I'm better than you at that. They'd laugh. I wake up every day and go to the gym and get prepared for violence, controlled violence. Imagine when someone's not controlling me to be violent, and it's just in the street, and it's like, yeah, I can actually pick you up, dunk you on your neck, strangle you till you die, and you can't do nothing about it. Yeah, I'm not a street fighter. So that's like, they don't understand it.
Being a fighter, do you have that inside you, like when you're walking around? Like, because if I could, then I would like just think like I could just smack all of yous up right now.
I'm just, as again, Kaz, it's just like, if I see Leon Edwards or someone in the street, Tom Aspinall, I'm like, right, this is a problem. We both know how to really fight. So it's
if anything happens, it's our job to look after everyone.
Yeah, but again, it's like, me and you shouldn't be fighting in the street because we both know we can fight.
Right.
So, okay, we'll stay. But then, like, I'm not trying to say I'm the hardest man on earth, but like, if I walk into like a normal place, like a supermarket, a club, I don't automatically think, threat. I think, no, I like literally know how to do things you don't understand. Right. Like, I could spin and back kick you now.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know what day it was. I could literally come to your legs. You would not know how to defend anything. And there's that. So it's not like street fighting, because it's just like, we're controlled fucking...
No, you're smart. You're not stupid. Like, people actually have this like perception that fighters are dumb. Like, you learned Portuguese in like what?
But people also like
a month.
People are saying like, oh yeah, it's street fighting is different. Yeah, no shit. I'm more dangerous on the street because I could pick you up and put you on your neck.
There's no rules.
There's no rules. What are you going to do about that?
Okay, next one. This is funny. Darren Till is basically begging for that red panty night.
Yeah. No shit. Do you want me to get on my knees right now? Does he want me to beg for the fight? Yeah, it's a $3 million fight, mate. Of course I'm begging for it.
Darren, I don't want to say too much, Till. Probably always said, don't want to say too much, but blah, blah, blah.
I don't want to say too much. All I do is chat shit. In fact, I'm going to go on Twitter tonight. I'm going to have a few bottles of fucking wine and I'm going to chat so much shit.
Problem with Till is he thinks in his head he's some sort of superstar killer. In reality, he's useless and just talks shite.
Yep, again. I mean, how many people make it to the UFC, Kaz? How many people make it to main events? It's not even the 1%. It doesn't exist. So yeah, okay, Darren Till had a loss against the champion. And I'm like, what I'm meant to think, I'm not, I know I'm not a superstar. I don't walk around with security, but like, what even is that? Like, again.
Block Asset sounds like an absolute scam. Till doesn't even know what they do. Yeah,
I'm scamming you. Do something about it, because I've made lots of money. Ha ha. Oh, I swear, Kaz.
This is funny.
This is just, by the way, just to let you know how thick the world is, yeah? These people, do you know these people can actually vote, don't you? They have the right to vote.
You fought at welterweight, you punch on the back of the head in boxing, and you're not a real middleweight. Mike Perry was leaner than you at 190 than you were at 185 in the UFC. LMFAO. Laughing my fucking ass off. Again,
like, what does that even mean? So I was a welterweight, then I punched someone to the back of the head, and Mike Perry, he doesn't even know what he's saying there, because like, I can't.
Brother, with all due respect, you were flabby at 185. Imagine yourself at 200. All he has to look out for is the straight left, easy picking. I think he's talking about Jake Paul here.
Yeah, he's talking about Jake Paul, yeah. Jake Paul just has to look out for the left.
That's all it is.
These people can vote.
Easy pickings.
Yeah, easy picking. Jake Paul, easy pickings. Not that I've fought at elite level striking all my life, but Jake Paul, yeah, easy pickings. I actually wouldn't even train for Jake Paul, Kaz. I wouldn't train. Jake Paul can't beat me in striking. It's physically and virtually impossible. Unless he lands the biggest shot of his life, we'll get Brendan here. He ain't beating me in a striking fight. No way. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect it, but it's like, this guy's saying easy pickings. You just have to. So what, do I just throw the straight left and hope it lands? No, mate.
Why do you think you're not getting that Jake Paul fight?
Jake Paul doesn't want to fight me, because I am 225 pounds. I'm 6'1", so I'm the same size as him. I'm young, fresh. He knows I can bang like fuck. Why would you? Definitely. He shouldn't fight me. Double defo.
And Mike Perry, why do you think he's dodging that one? Because it's been a while now.
I don't know. I don't think Mike Perry's dodging me. Mike Perry's a game fuck. I just don't think that...
Is it the politics?
I think that it's what people don't see behind the scenes. It's people say, oh, he's avoiding him. No, like the promoters have got something to stay, and it's not just the fighter. The fighters all want to fight. Like in my head, I believe if you are a true fighter, Kaz, you will fight anyone within weight.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to fight Tom.
Yeah.
What am I fighting Tom for? But
Tommy Fury.
What? Tom Aspinall.
Oh, Tom Aspinall.
I'm not fighting Tyson Fury. I'm not fighting for. But anyone around my weight to middle, light, heavy, sort of, I'm fighting them. And if I'm not, well then, not a real fighter, am I? So that's how I look at
it. This is the last one. Someone put a transcript, for fuck's sake. I can't understand. Someone put a transcript, for fuck's sake. Can't understand a word of this foreign language.
Yep. Weird.
Do people not understand you a lot, like when you're traveling?
Yeah, bad. Like we was in Dubai for the fight, and me and my coach went and bought, we were going to Zara. Oh no, where was you going to? Like the Hugo Boss shop to buy like a jacket. And I went in and I was like, where's your jackets and that, love? Like speaking, and she just looked at me, what? And I went, and I slowed it down, and my mate had to speak, and she went, what language is that? And I went, I'm English. She was like, where from? I said, Liverpool. Liverpool accent's fucking mad, innit? Like, you understand it.
I love it. Do you know what? Because it's different, and I love anything that's different.
Scousers
are crazy.
Scousers are crazy. We're boss people, though. Like we're funny boss people. Like
you are.
We know how to throw a party.
So obviously, like we're joking about the hate comments and stuff, but like you have to have thick skin, you know, to have the career you've had and the ups and the downs. Like, I don't know if you know, but people have got on YouTube like downfall of Darren Till and shit like that. Like, how do you not let it affect you? Because even now you're saying like, I'm going back into the UFC, and you know that that's what you're going to do. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, Kaz. I've probably got a little bit more of a thing. I think when people speak to me when they haven't seen me, they go, wow, Darren Till's actually great mindset and like intelligent. Like for me, and I was speaking to this the other day, I think I was actually speaking about it with Bren or someone. Why am I going to let a guy or a woman, could be a woman or a man or whatever, who hasn't achieved half of what I've achieved? Now, I'm not hating. They could have achieved what they want to in life. But they're sat there speaking about me on what I've done and haven't done. And I don't know, like, that guy ain't going to affect me, because if it comes down to the nitty gritty with me and him, like the kind of man I am, and the kind like it, then people don't affect me. Now, if Dana said something, or that okay, you go okay, you take some troll online, Kaz, ain't offending me. And the day he does start offending me, I'm gonna go, right, I'm not fighting anymore. I'm gonna go and put my tampon in, because I'm a bitch. So like, this is what I've said. Like, even a lot of fighters don't like speaking shit because they can't take the trolls. Right. Bring it. That's why I do it back. I'm like, you want to say shit, some mean shit, I'm going to say some mean shit. And like, Instagram's got to the point now, like, I used to say mean shit. Like, people are saying mean shit to me now, and I'll talk shit back. Like, I remember the other week, like, my account got banged. Some guy said some nasty shit, and he had him and his girlfriend, his profile picture, and I said, your girlfriend looks like a dog. I don't know, it sounds bad, but mate, you want to talk shit. Seen this, yeah. And he reported my comment. This is why I love Twitter.
This is Instagram.
Oh, Instagram, he said some mean shit to me. So then I was looking at his profile picture, and it was him and his girl, and said, your girlfriend looks like a dog. Now, I respect women more than anyone, but I'm hating him. You want to talk shit, I'm going to hate you. And it got reported, and my account got banned. I had to get it back. But this is why I love Twitter, because they talk shit to me, but Kaz, I give it back to them. And even the ones with like fake profile pictures, someone will talk to me with like a fake profile with like of a Man City player. I'm like, you're that pathetic. You have another man as your profile picture. You're not a man. You're not a man. You're a weak weasel.
You're not afraid to call people out, and I like that, because if I was calling people out, oh my god, it'd take me all day as well.
You wouldn't.
And it's not my image. Do you know what I mean?
But also at the same time, I think, as obviously you've come from a different background to me, as like you know, you're a famous person in your world and stuff like that. But it's like, again, like, I don't watch Love Island. I'm like not that guy. You probably know that. But for me, like, why people would troll you why are you trolling a girl going on Love Island? Like, what's the point? Are you that insecure in your life? Like, jealous?
No,
like,
it's mad. It is mad. But like, there's been times for me when my mental health has been so down, and I actually feel like shit about myself. So I've actually let comments get to me. Have you? Never.
Gosh.
So
no, I promise you, I get the biggest thrill of having troll-offs with people. I love it, because for me it's fun. I don't take it. That's why I told you with the politics side, because for me politics I don't get into it because it's a serious conversation. And I'm going to be honest with you, because unless I'm here having a conversation with you face to face, I can't really be serious with people online, because 90% of them, as you've just seen, are dumb. They're just dumb. They just say shit for saying shit. I'm not going to say something, cause where I don't stand on it.
Would you say almost that the hate that you get is like, it motivates you?
No, not even that. I'm just like,
there.
I'm just going to walk out of this interview now, because trolls, like, they don't bother me. What bothers me is are my kids looked after? Do they love me? Have I been a good person to people around me? Have I done bad things? Yeah, I have. We all know I'm a little bit thing. But as long as I'm all right, like, and they're all right, trolls, you ain't going to affect me. And again, as I said to you, because if I started letting words and all this shit offend me, I'd start thinking, I'm not really a man. Because a man, you know, thousands of years ago, we were hunting boars, mate, in the, you know what I mean? But nowadays, it's like, oh my God, he said I'm a shit fighter. Oh, I'm so gutted. Mate, I'm not arsed. Come and say it to me face.
Yeah, it's funny, those memes on like Instagram, like men used to go to war, now they unsend their comments when you don't reply.
Or they're wishing Cristiano Ronaldo a happy birthday. Mate, he doesn't care. Honestly, like, you wishing Cristiano. Like, imagine you had a boyfriend, Kaz, you come home and...
oh my God, and he was in the comments of like some meme page.
No, just like you looked on his phone because, you know, you want to have a sleep. Happy birthday, Cristiano. You go, oh my God, get me away from this man right now.
No, I would.
I've never done that. It's an
so of course you got a lot of hate, but you said at the start of the interview, like, you have such a strong fan base, and no matter what you do, the fans love you. Like, you've been getting asked for pictures still, like, that never goes away, does it, right now?
As I said, because I've quietened down, it's not like I'm still out there.
No,
like,
exactly.
I don't beg for stuff, I don't get me, like, but they just fucking, I think it's just the authenticity, because with me, they just see that Till's authentic, and we love that. As I told you, the fans are very clever in spotting who is authentic and who's not, and they can always see a put on act and stuff like that, whereas me, the act's not that. I am who I am. I'm unapologetic. Have I got a lot of flaws? Yeah. Am I a bit of a bad guy? Yeah. But ultimately, I'm not that bad.
You're not.
Trolls,
I
mate.
think when more people watch your interviews and stuff, they realise that, and like...
I think when people have a proper conversation with me about proper things, I think they think...
You're not stupid.
Till puts the stupid act on, which I love doing, by the way. But then it's like, okay, but I've just built a fucking business that's on the canvas of the UFC. Look at it. Like, not that crazy. Stupid, you know, guys. I'm not in the UFC, but look there, the logo.
But you're still there.
I co-own that. Not that stupid, guys.
So you talk about returning back to MMA, specifically UFC, but what if like PFL, One Champ, any of these promotions came about?
Yeah, I think I'd go there first, dip me toe in. Something new. One, I'm such a big fan of one. Like, one for me is so
the Muay
sick.
Thai and stuff.
Like Liam Harrison, obviously, I've trained with Liam since I was about 13.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Liam,
he's a good guy,
we go way back. Yeah, he's a superstar, but that for me is pure. If you like violence, Kaz, which I know you're fully
I love
the
One
Muay
Champ.
Thai. One Champ for me is that place.
Do you know why I love One Champ? Because of the respect as well. Like, they're so respectful, and then you go to UFC and they're cussing people's like...
I know you like that a lot.
I do. I don't know why it's just martial arts and the discipline and respect. That's what I took most from it, training Muay Thai.
Yeah, MMA's more rugged though, Kaz.
MMA's more rugged, then boxing's like a whole other level. But
boxing's, like... For me, if you want to get into respectful, let's say, I don't know any kids watching want to listen to me. If you want to get into like a respectful sport, I'd say jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. You know, them type of things are about your bow.
Yeah.
You respect. Even the dancers, people don't know why they do the dance. Like, them respectful. I used to do the white crew, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
the white crew and all of that.
That's a sick thing. And that hasn't made it mainstream because a lot of people don't get it. But mate, if you really invested and understood and like all these dancers, what they do, it's sick.
It's got a big story
but
behind it.
Again, there was a lot of politics in Muay Thai in England when I used to fight. There was a lot of like people like, speaking of Brendan. Hello, Brendan. Leave me alone.
Hello, Brendan. We're interviewing you tomorrow, Brendan.
Yeah, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about fights. I'm sick of it. But like, I think if people really understood it, like, it's a big factor. So that's why the one you were saying, these guys are literally pulling each other apart. Yeah. But then at the end, they're like, they kneel to each other and they're like,
I
wow.
know.
That's sick shit. That's actually what the world should be like. That's why fighting's so good as well, because I've always found this with fighting. At the end of a fight, no matter what's happened, that you can't really hate that guy. You've shared this like
Yeah, you should always touch gloves. You should always like
no, at the
shake
end
hands.
of it, like even I haven't hated some opponents, but I've thought, oh, and at the end, no matter what, you've always got this like, we respect each other.
Yeah, because you just battle. You just literally tried to kill each other.
Even Nate and Conor, remember they had that massive beef, and at the end it was like,
I love that. I don't know why.
It's a respect thing. It's a respect thing in a cause.
Yeah. So from Muay Thai, you went to MMA because there was no money in Muay Thai, right?
Yeah, it was a money thing, and it was, as I said, it was a politics thing. I didn't really see where the sport was going. I was a little bit cleverer back then to step back and go, okay. And MMA really caught me eye back then because MMA was so sick. It was on the up. And Bisping was obviously a big ambassador for the country. And I was like, oh, I want this. And then obviously for me, my journey just went the other way.
Right.
You know,
so you actually was interested in the sport then? It wasn't just for the money?
Yeah, no. Obviously I was like, wow, we can make a lot. But then I was like, as I got into like the wrestling side of things and the jiu-jitsu and like, it's not Muay Thai, your stance and that. I was like, wow, this is as what I told you at the John Jones thing, this is putting like different arts and putting them together and go, hang on, who's the best at it? Whereas Muay Thai, who's the best at Muay Thai? Who's the best at mixed martial arts? What does mixed martial arts stand for? Well, what we do is we get every art from over the world, you train it all, and you choose the best at it. That's why it's so impressive. So like John Jones, he just
love it.
Well, I'm the best that there ever was.
Yeah. One thing that got announced today was Francis Ngannou's return to the PFL.
Against this Ferreira.
Yeah.
Tough fight.
What do you reckon about that?
I think Ferreira's a phenom. He's got the longest reach in MMA, I think. He's 6'7", am I right? 6'8".
I don't know.
Yeah, he's 6'7". And yeah, Ngannou's coming off quite a heavy loss. Boxing, obviously it's different, but that could be a tough one.
Doing what you plan to do, boxing, then...
Fair play, but I think that the whole thing there, the way that for it, if you look at it, Kaz, if you go away and look at the way he moves and his kicks, he's a problem for Ngannou because he can be so far away and he can just flip that kick up. So if people watching on that, that's a very tough fight for Francis. I like that fight a lot. That's for me, that's an immovable object against an unstoppable force. I like that.
So we know you're currently chasing the money bag.
Begging.
You're begging for it. But like looking back on your career and reflecting and everything you've been through, how important is money to you?
I love money, Kaz. I love luxury, but again, it's just the whole Darren Till vibe. I don't really care. Like, I think if I had no money at the end of it all, I'd just still be like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't know, Kaz. I think I go through life a bit just like, whatever's going to happen, do you know what I mean?
But then you've also planned it out as well, though. Like, when you talk about your career and you're at this age, you want to retire and you're going to go back to...
I've built a few businesses, you know, Block Assets probably going to give me life forever, you know, but I don't know, Kaz, it's a big thing. Like, I want millions, I want to buy watches and cars, and also I always speak about money. I always I want to watch people around me have a lot. Like, I want to give a lot to the people around me. You know, this is like a thing that's obviously a little bit off topic. Like, people always say, oh, I want to help them people in that country. Well, don't you want to help the people in your city first? Like, there's a lot of homeless people, you know. Like, let's just go around helping them first. Like, in Liverpool city centre now, there's so many, like, homeless and, like, drug addicts. And people are like, oh, well, it's a drug addict. Well, why are they a drug addict? Let's look at why.
Yeah, of course.
So, like, for me, I want to help my circle first. Yeah. And then, obviously, but money's money, Kaz. Like, okay, if you're going to make it, you're going to make it. If you're not.
So if money wasn't a factor and fame wasn't a factor and you could literally be anywhere in the world, do anything, like, what would you be doing? Like, what does your heart desire if money wasn't a factor?
Like fighting?
What would you be doing? What would you be doing if money wasn't a factor?
No, I was born to fight, Kaz. My brain's
so you'd be fighting.
My brain's a fighting brain.
Where would you be living?
Everywhere. No, I'm a traveller, aren't I? I'm like, I don't stay for long.
Would you be in the UFC?
Most probably, but then if there was choices to fight
champion.
Yeah.
You want to fight for the belt?
Yeah, I want to fight for the belt. That's what everyone wants. But yeah, I wouldn't be doing anything else because I don't really...
You say that's what everyone wants, but what do you want?
What do I want?
Yeah.
I just want to fight. I love fighting.
Do you want the belt back?
Yeah, I want the belt, of course, yeah.
So why are you boxing then?
Well, it's just me little turn off, innit? That nothing ever goes straight for Till. Because Till goes...
You just like to make it complicated for yourself.
Kaz, look, I've got that thing. What's it called? It's called something like you don't like things going well.
Oh my God, I feel like I have that as well.
Oh, I have that. No,
whatever it is, sounds like me.
If something's going well, I'm like, I need to ruin that. Why is that going well? Why are you happy, Darren? You should be really sad right now. I do that with everything, Kaz. I swear.
No.
This is a real thing.
No.
Like, everything just goes straight forward for these fighters. I'm like, I'm going to do it the other way. And at the end, I told you so.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
No, I'm glad you're still training MMA. I'm glad Brendan's got you.
Yeah,
like,
Brendan's...
You're going to go to his fight in Washington?
No, I'm not going, but Brendan's me mucker, he knows him. I just want to see Brendan do well. That's it. Like, Brendan had a hard time as well, you know what I mean? Like, not getting the UFC. I feel like he always says...
Do you think he should be in the UFC?
Yeah, I do. And my man is selfish reasons, because he's like, I made a lot of money. And I'm like, yeah, money's good, Bren. You don't even really spend it. Like... You know what I mean? Like, mate.
Oh, he loves being tight, Bren.
Yeah, he's like, mate, you're not even spending your money. Give me that money. In fact, give me all your money now. I'll take it off you. So it's like, mine's are selfish reasons, because I know what Brendan's fully capable of. And, you know, like, so for me, I matchmake a lot in my head. Like, this is why Brendan rings me. Like,
do you think Dana would take him into the UFC?
I hope. I had a conversation. I had a mini conversation. I was like, oh, you shouldn't that, because like I get along with them great, but mine's just a pure selfish reason for a friend. Like, I'd like to matchmake Bren with like Max Holloway, Volkanovski, Ilya Topuria.
Wow.
Them types of fight. I know he wants the Paddy fight bad. They're at different weights now, but like, I just do matchmaking in my head. So Bren's like, I've made a good life. I'm like, Bren, you know what, lad? I'm happy for you, lad. I'm always going to support like whatever you say or do, but you're not being fair on yourself. Oh, well, why? You should be fighting the best in the world, because you are.
I say this to him, and then he's just like, I'm getting to the end of my career now, Kaz.
Okay,
He's like 34.
Well, I get it, but let's just get to the end of your career in the UFC. Then let's just do a few of these fights and see what you're capable of. Because I know, and a lot of people know. Do you know? Yes. Well, why? Or what? Because there was a misdemeanor, whatever, this bum, and you've made a lot of money in the PFL. They've been great to you. I get it. I do get it, Kaz. But you're one of the best. I need to see you against these.
Yeah.
So it's selfish for me.
Yeah.
It's not like get to the UFC and be famous. Like, Bren doesn't really care about it. We have a laugh, like he said, Till. No one cares about me. And I'm like, I know, Brendan.
Oh, imagine him in the UFC and the fame he'd get. Oh
my
God, he'd forget.
He'd
literally,
love it.
Me and Josh was sat the other day in when the fight week was happening in Manchester, and we were sat in the restaurant, and we could see him with his new friends, Adam Catterall and Nick Green, and we was very like, oh, do you remember us?
Yeah,
like, he's this big, presenter now.
But I love the way he makes his joke. He's like, Till, no one cares about me. I'm like, I know, Brendan. They want me, not you. But he's a good soul, so yeah.
He is. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
I've really enjoyed this, Kaz. I told you I don't really do this. This is not my thing no more.
No, I've appreciated it so much. I've had such a good time. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And good luck with
Thank you very much, Kaz. I appreciate that.
And we do want to see you back in MMA.
I'll be back. Don't worry.